Good day, children. Today, let us have a review on what you have learned on the kinds of proportion so that you can answer the worksheet I have given you. Let us have a review on the different kinds of proportion. So, there are three kinds of proportion. Direct proportion, inverse proportion, and partitative proportion. So, I will discuss first the direct proportion. In direct proportion, if an increase in quantity results to an increase in another, then the two quantities are in direct proportion. This holds true if a decrease in one quantity results to a decrease in another. So, if other one increases, the other will also increase. And if the other one decreases, the other will also decrease. Here is an example of direct proportion. Score to rating. If the score is increased, the rating will also increase. The number of kilos of rice to the amount that you will pay. So if the kilos will increase, the kilos of rice will increase, the money you will pay will also increase. Your body size to the size of your uniform. The number of kilometers you travel to the number of your fare. So, if you go too far, the number of your fare will also increase. Okay, here is a sample problem on direct proportion. When Mrs. Cruz went to abroad for an educational tour, she noticed that its guide goes along with 3 tourists. If there are 4 guides, how many tourists would they bring around? So, 1 guide for 3 tourists. So, if we have 4 guides, how many tourists we will get? So, we will put n here, then we will multiply 3 times 4, so we will get 12 tourists. So, if there are 4 guides, we will have 12 tourists. In every 1 guide, there is 4 tourists. So, 4 times 3, we will get 12 tourists. Here is another sample. The exchange rate of peso to a dollar in 2015 is 45 pesos to $1. So, how much will you get if we have $6.50? So, $1 to 45 is equivalent to 45 pesos. So, if we have $6 and $50, how many pesos we will get? So, we will multiply 45 times 6 and 50. So, always remember in multiplying decimals. So, 45 times 6.50. In multiplying, we will always start at the right. So, 0 times 5 is 0. 0 times 4 is 0. 5 times 5 is 25. So carry 2. 5 times 4 is 20 plus 2, 22. Okay. Then go down. 6. 6 times 5, 30. Carry 3. 6 times 4, 24 plus 3, 7. We will get 27. So that we will add 0, 5, 200, 2, 9, and 2. So we get 292.50. So there are 2 decimal points. So ito, we move 2. So we get 222. So there are in $6 and $50, we will get 292.50 pesos. Another problem. For every 3 meters of bamboo sticks, 5 frames of Christmas lanterns can be made. How many meters are needed to make 20 pairs? So how many meters of bamboo do we need in making 20 frames? Here is the solution. So we have 3 meters. 3 meters for 5 frames. So if we will make 20 frames, how many bamboo we will make? How many meters of bamboo we will get? So 20 times 3 is equal to 60. Then we will divide it into 5. So 60 divided by 5, so we will get 12 meters. We will use 12 meters of bamboo in making 20 frames. So 3 is to 5 is equal to 12 is to 20. So that is the direct proportion. Always remember, if the other one increases, the other will also increase. If the other one decreases, the other one will also decrease. So that is direct proportion. So in inverse proportion, another kind of proportion is inverse proportion. If an increase in quantity results to a decrease in another, then the two quantities are in inverse proportion. This holds true if a decrease in one quantity results to an increase in another. So, in direct, if the other goes up, the other will also goes up. But in this inverted proportion, if the other goes up, the other one will goes down. Okay, here is sample problem. 3 men can complete a project in 3 weeks. So 3 is to 3. How many men will be needed if the project is to be completed in a week? The solution. So there are 3 men in 3 weeks. So n is to 3 is equal to 3 is to 1. So we will multiply 3 men in 3 weeks. So 3 times 3 will be 9. Then we will divide it to 1. 9 divided by 1 is 9. So, there are 9 men needed to complete the project. So, nine is to 3 is equal to 3 is to 1. So, another example. 20 men can paint a building in 15 days. How many days it will take 30 men to paint the same building? Solution. So, 20 men in 15 days. So, more men, 30 men. So, how many days if we will get 20 men? So, we will multiply 20 times 15. If we will multiply 30 times 15, we will get 300. Then, we will divide it into 30. Then, we only have 10 days. So, if we will get more men, there will be less days. So, another example. 5 pipes can fill a tank in 2 hours. In how many hours can one pipe fill the same tank? Okay. So, five pipes in 2 hours. 5 hours in 2 hours. So, if we will only get one pipe, how many hours we can fill the tank? So we will multiply 5 times 2, we get 10. Then we will divide it to 1. So we get 10 hours. So if we decrease the pipe, we will lessen the pipes, the number of hours will increase. That is another example of inverse proportion. Okay. Another example, is the partitive proportion. So, partitive proportion, if a given whole is to be divided into several parts, given a specified ratio, partitive proportion is used. Example problems, we will divide 100 into parts. 2 is to 3 is to 5. Okay. So we will divide 100 into 3 parts. In units, 2 units, 3 units and 5 units. So there are 10 units. 2 plus 3 plus 5 is equal to 10 units. So we will divide 100 divided by 10 is equal to 10. So this is our basis. So 2 times 10 is equal to 20. 3 is to 5. 10 times 3 is equal to 30. And 10 times 5 is equal to 50. So, we have 2 is to 3 is to 5 is equal to 20 is to 30 is to 50. So we get 20, 30, and 50. Another example. Ruby, Rose, and Ann are business partners. They agreed to divide their profits into the ratio 1 is to 2 is to 3. How much should each receive if the total profits is 6,000? So we will divide the 6,000 into parts. 1, 2, and 3. So 1 plus 2 plus 3 is equal to 6. We will divide in 6 units. So we will divide 6,000 divided by 6 will be 1,000. So we will multiply 1,000 into parts. 1 times 1,000 is 1,000. 1,000 times 2 units is 2,000. And 1,000 times 3 units is 3,000. So we get, so 1 is to 2 is to 3 will be equal to 1,000. That will be for Ruby. 1,000 is to 2,000 is to 3,000. Okay, so 1,000 for Ruby, 2,000 for Rose, and 3,000 for Ann. So that's it. Another, divide a 72-meter rope into 3 with ratio 1 is to 2 is to 5. What is the measure of each rope? So again, 1 plus 2 plus 5, we will get 8 units. We add that 2 and 5. So 8 units divided by the 72-meter rope, we will get 9. So this will be 9. 9 now is our basis. So 9 times 1 will be 9 times 1 will be 9. 9 times 2, 18. And 9 times 5, 40, 45. So we get 9 meters, 18, and 40, 45. So that's it. I hope you understand the lesson. Good day. I hope you answer the worksheet properly. Thank you.